Bassett, a former Irish ambassador and senior Irish civil servant, yesterday also claimed that not only does there exists a degree of satisfaction among some that Ireland has power over the UK, but there are also signs of renewed Anglophobia following the Brexit vote. He said, "Ireland has more at stake than any other EU country. We should be working closely with Britain to achieve the best possible Brexit outcome. The EU cares more about the integrity of its own legal order, which is all about creating a superstate, than the economic interests of a small, peripheral state like Ireland." Mr. Bassett also addressed concerns that Brexit could lead to the reimposition of a hard border between Northern Ireland and the Republic, which could lead to sectarian violence. Getty: Ireland has made a very big mistake in its handling of Brexit. It has been warned. His words carry weight considering the fact he played a leading role in Good Friday Agreement negotiations and was a personal advisor to former Irish Prime Ministers such as Albert Reynolds, Bertie Ahern, and Brian Cowen. He explained, trying to negotiate the border before the UK's broader trade agreement with the EU was agreed never made any sense, but the EU was using Ireland to pressurise Britain, trying to extract a good financial settlement. Citing a UK government paper published last year, the former senior civil servant supported the UK's suggestion that 80% of all cross-border trade, which is agricultural or local, be exempt. Thursday, February 8, 2018, civil servants are anti-Brexit. He argued, "We should have built on that, but Barnier was trying to get as much money out of the UK as he could." Dublin also made an error by not aligning itself more closely with David E. Cameron as he was attempting to renegotiate Britain's relationship with the Brussels bloc in 2016, Mr. Bassett argued. He said, "At the outset, we should have signalled our distress at the possibility of Brexit and said Ireland needs a special arrangement with Britain." Getty: Michel Barnier has been accused of trying to get as much money out of the UK as he could. "Instead we set out to be the hardest of the hard to show we are pro-EU, and it was so much against our interests." The ex-diplomat claimed the Irish government has gone into a diplomatic cul-de-sac over the border. He added, "The UK is leaving the customs union and that means the EU will demand customs posts, but it will be very difficult for the Irish government to put up customs posts if the UK says, no, we're not doing it." Speaking of EU rules, he said, "They are not immutable laws of physics, they are man-made, designed to create a single unitary state in the longer run, and they can be renegotiated." Ireland made a very big mistake throwing its lot in completely with the EU. "We need to sit down directly with the British and come to an arrangement regarding the Irish border, and if that means breaking a few EU rules, let's do that." Mr. Bassett also blasted the Irish civil service by accusing its employees of groupthink when dealing with the subject of the EU. Getty: "The EU cares more about the integrity of its own legal order." It has been claimed he also admitted that he had been shunned by former colleagues. The former ambassador said, "If people want to badmouth me in diplomatic circles, it's a small price to pay. I have a huge stake in this country, with my children and her children, and will say what I think is right."